Hello everyone, welcome back to Power Within Psychology YouTube channel. I hope you all are doing great. So, let me first introduce Diploma Diaries series to you all. Diploma Diaries series has been created so that we may help students to answer queries related to any doubts for diploma in maybe clinical psychology, counseling psychology, or like the today's topic is arts therapy. So we have a very creative topic for today, and we have a very happy-go-lucky person as a resource person for us today. So I welcome Miss Anupriya in our session today. Thank you so much, ma'am, for joining us today.
Thank you
I
so
would
much for
also
having
like
me.
to tell about her more. Then she will also let us know about her. So she is founder and creative director of Doctor Drama and assistant course coordinator for the PG Diploma program in Expressive Arts Therapy at St. Xavier College, Mumbai. Miss Anupriya has explored the landscape of theatre, dance, films, media, and therapy. She is the first Indian to graduate from the master's program in drama therapy, New York University 2016. So this is such an amazing information, ma'am. And I know there is a lot more to know about you, and I would love to listen from your mouth itself that if you can let us know more about yourself. I am already excited to know.
I'm so excited being here, and your excitement is totally like transferring to me. I'm so happy that I can be here to talk about not only my journey and also talk about diploma that's being offered at St. Xavier's College. More on that later, but starting with me. Um, like you said, I did my master's at New York University. There are three Indian citizens who are either completing or doing their masters right now at New York University in the drama therapy program. But before that, I did my bachelor's in psychology honors and I did my diploma in journalism. And it sounds like an odd combination. Then how did you go to drama therapy out of all that? It's because I used to actively also be a part of amateur theater clubs, be a performer on the side. So I used to inevitably look at the intersection of arts and psychology. And I thought I had invented this world called psychodrama, where drama could be used to inform mental health care and mental well being. Only one humbling Google search showed me that I'm not the only one who's thought of it, and in fact, psychodrama is one of the many techniques of drama therapy as an umbrella. So I looked further, studied a little harder, and found myself studying at one of the best places I've experienced drama therapy ever at New York University. It was a 2 year rigorous training on how to apply elements of drama in clinical, non clinical, subclinical settings. And how do you kind of intentionally start employing drama therapy techniques or processes for individual and collective well being? So that is what happened till my graduation. Post my graduation, I worked briefly in New York at a hospital before returning to India, where I wanted to work with people across ages and abilities. So I started a portal called Dr. Drama. And through that, I have not only been able to do clinical, non clinical advocacy work, I have been able to put up documentaries of work that other people in the country are doing right now, creative arts therapists, expressive arts therapists, more on the difference later in the conversation. But yeah, I've been able to put out my clinical, my arts based research, uh, all the therapeutic endeavors towards self care and drama therapy being more of a herd phenomena rather than like, what is this? Is it therapy for actors? But really allowing an access and a comprehensibility to sort of build towards this conversation we are having here as creative arts therapists. Yeah, so that's Dr. Drama, where I invest my artist, researcher, therapist, and advocate self in. Another space that I do represent and I'm a founding member of is Drama Therapy India, which currently has 12 trained drama therapists practicing in India. And we are a very small collective of people. We aren't an association as of now, but we are a small collective of trained professionals practicing across the Indian diaspora. And it's great because as of 2020, Drama Therapy India was also acknowledged as a member of the World Alliance of Drama Therapy, which is alliance of 28 or 30 odd nations, and it's growing every day, where there's drama therapy present right now. So, yeah, that's a little bit about me. And I will be talking more about my role as the assistant course coordinator in just a bit.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Like this whole journey is totally exciting, and definitely the topic itself is exciting. Like drama, talking about our arts. It's like everyone's, that we say, the line, the thin line between profession and passion. So this is a combining, I would say, combining zone. So this is a very beautiful topic, definitely. So, ma'am, I would like to guide you further. That now we will be further discussing about diploma in arts therapy, and definitely from your college, and how was your experience. So please let us know more about it. You may start with the syllabus pattern, and as and how you feel like going.
Thank you. Okay, so I think first I would like to start by distinguishing what is this regular arts versus therapeutic arts versus therapy, right? A lot of people use creative arts therapy and expressive arts therapy very interchangeably. They are two very distinct things. Let me start by that. Creative arts therapy is where you would have independent modalities. Like I'm a drama therapist, dance movement psychotherapy is there, visual art therapy is there. So each independent modality is a creative arts therapy. Expressive arts therapy is where there's an intermodal or marriage of all these different forms of therapy, like drama, music, movement, art, bibliotherapy, etc. You marry all these different elements of expressive arts in that same process of mental health care and rehabilitation. Both are very different. Like my core competency is in drama therapy, so I would not start talking about dance movement therapy. Even if I use elements of movement, elements of art in my process, I'm still not an expressive arts therapist. I'm a creative arts therapist. All right. And one of the, like, what's different from going to a theater class versus coming to a drama therapy session, right?
Yes. Yes.
Uh, in theater, you'd have a goal, you'd have a purpose, right? To deliver a product by the end of it. In drama therapy, it's more about staying to the process of the client involved, coming back to the need and the processing of what support can look like in that space. So it's very intention driven, process oriented, not product oriented, and it leans from the strength based, client centered, process oriented sort of approach. There are ethical considerations which may or may not factor in theater sessions, right? Because it is therapy, right? There'll be privacy and confidentiality maintained, non duality of roles that the therapist holds for you. It always comes back to the client's right and sense of safety and their agency. So the training is to basically distinguish. We know arts as a product, we know how to meet it with a certain perspective. Now, unlearning that and learning how to apply it to a need and supporting that need is what the training really focuses on, and how theater would distinguish itself from a drama therapy session. Okay. Yeah, so that's the difference between theater and drama therapy, and creative arts therapy and expressive arts therapy. In India now, what levels of training are available? So there are PhD and master's level training available, but in India currently you have diploma and certificate level programs. Let's understand the difference between each. Certificate programs would be very brief programs, like 1 month to 2 months to, within that 6 month period. It wouldn't require a rigorous clinical training or a practical component to it. It's just basically more of the theoretical grounding than the practical grounding of the conversation. So people with certificates in, say, dance movement therapy or drama therapy, they would be considered facilitators in that professional outline of work. Anyone with a diploma, which is at least a 1 year intensive training in a particular modality or in expressive arts therapy, would be allowed to call themselves an expressive arts therapy practitioner, for example, or a drama therapy practitioner. Essentially, their training has been rigorous enough to start meeting subclinical to non-clinical needs. Now, if you want to meet clinical, like the diagnostic treatment end of a conversation, then you're looking at doing a master's level training, which would equip you with the clinical orientation to kind of go practice this work with differential diagnosis and stuff like that. Then there is spaces which offer PhD programs, very few and far between, but there are spaces. The minimum level to call yourself a therapist would be a master's, and thereon, yeah, that's the breakdown of training levels. Coming to the diploma in expressive arts therapy that is offered at St. Xavier's College by the psychology department. In the program, let's look at what we are teaching in the program, right? It's a 1 year postgraduate diploma program. So a minimum qualification in bachelor's is required. Uh, what we cover is expressive arts theories, which in its gamut includes music therapy, drama therapy, dance movement therapy, and visual art therapy. Okay, so we primarily focus on grounding students towards the theoretical and practice oriented understanding of these four approaches. Uh, and Then you have, after theories, you learn skills, which is how do you now take all this information that you've gathered and understanding of different modalities and go actually work in a setting either with individuals from different spaces or with organizations and groups. So we are teaching now at this point how do you apply all that theory to the practical understanding of working with individuals and collectives in a community. Then we also ground students because it's not necessary that students come with a psychology background to this program, at least. So we do have a grounding focus on counseling theories, processes, and skills, where you'll be grounded with the basics that you'd be using in correlation to expressive arts therapy. All right. After which you'd look at field work, where you'd have an observership and an internship period. And it's a very rigorous training. I know it's called a part time program, but it's a very rigorous training that involves your commitment thrice a week from 2 o'clock to 8 p.m. It requires you to self study, it requires you to engage in peer supervision, in personal therapy, and we do like follow up on that. And fieldwork is a core focus because at the end of the day, expressive arts therapy is all about bringing back support to the community. So practice is a huge element of it. Last but not the least, my favorite aspect of this program is the arts-based research component, which I, as a personal professional, do focus on a lot. But the program's intensive kind of focus on grounding yourself on what intersecting arts and art-based inquiry with art-based research looks like is fascinating because it allows students to kind of meditate on what their focus eventually as practitioners could be towards, how to cultivate that curiosity of a researcher, which is so essential to a human profession like ours, because it's not that our theory is going to be set in stone. It is evolving, it is growing, and that ability to keep asking relevant questions, uh, seeing what the next step of the profession looks like, is very important and vital to that role of the practitioner in many ways. And I love the fact that the Xavier's program does bring back a huge focus on that. Totally, all this like theory, skills, counseling, field work, and the research component accumulate to 48 credits, and you would have almost 810 plus hours of rigorous training in the program. Your faculty is stellar. I'm a fan of a lot of their work. And I don't teach per se right now because I'm still meeting the minimum criteria of 5 years to be able to teach on the program. So I do supervise fieldwork and research, but I'm not a teaching faculty on the program. Every faculty member who is teaching on the program has a minimum of 5 to 12, 17 odd years of experience applying their work to the Indian context. So all of us have really learned in very Western pedagogies and then come back to India and try to find that balance because India is a collectivistic society and Western world is a very individualistic, focused on self. But you do in India tend to draw back focus to community and how can you engage with the community at different therapeutic levels. So it was a lot of unlearning from the Western pedagogy that we had to do professionally, uh, and decolonizing our understanding of what drama therapy is, or what a creative arts therapy, expressive arts therapy is, when we were applying it to the Indian context. The great part about this program is that it is indigenous, and it is rooted with faculty members who have bridged that intersection of applying this work here. It is trauma informed. It is intersectional, which means that it looks at a person from the multiple intersections of identities they're playing, be it gender, sex, anatomy, whatever their need is. It's equipped to kind of look at a person from a very intersectional lens, and it is a feminist program. So it's a trauma-informed, indigenous, intersectional feminist program that truly looks at supporting the larger Indian context of what expressive arts therapy means as a profession. Yeah, so that's a little bit about the program. If I had to talk about the eligibility now, like who can apply and who could consider this program, as I said, a minimum graduation in any subject that you have come from, be it psychology, non-psychology, doesn't matter, because we will ground you in that process and we will prepare you. But a basic graduation degree is important. There is no age restriction as such. And anybody, from someone who's just graduated freshly to who's looking to upgrade skills, anybody who's considering that at their professional landscape can look at this course. You would have a statement of purpose that you kind of submit. If you're selected, you'd have a video submission and an interview with our course director and a few of our faculty members and our department head, Ruby Pavli. Uh, the course director is Devika Mehta Kadam, who's a dance movement psychotherapist and a founding member of the Indian Association of Dance Movement Therapy. So yeah, it's all held. It's a space really held by people who've been navigating the ethics, the logistics, the actual on ground work of doing creative arts therapy and expressive arts therapy in the country. And it's like learning from the horse's mouth right now. So that's pretty much it about the syllabus, the eligibility.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Ma'am, like it was a very, very detailed information. Like not just you have not just told us about the expressive arts therapy, but you have told us like all the like the therapy feeling, like be it dance movement therapy, drama therapy. So it was a very great and informative line, I would say. Ma'am, you, if you would love, so you can also let us know about the course structures, fees also, because many times in comment box we get a question that what is the fee structure and all. So if you could also give us the insight of that.
Sure, absolutely. So, if you want more details about the Saviors program, you can just visit www.xavers.edu, which is www.saviors.edu. You can also drop in an email to devika.mehta at xaviers.edu, or me, anupriya.banerjee, Banerjee, at xaviers.edu, and officially to inquiry.eatsxc at gmail.com. So it's your choice how you kind of choose to reach out to us. We are also there on Facebook at Expressive Arts Therapy India, and on Instagram by the same handle. Uh, Alternatively, I not alternatively. Also, to add along, the fee structure is for Indian students, it's about 2,12,000, and for international students, it's around 3,36,000. Yeah. So plus GST. So if you want more details, you're more than welcome to come grab us on wherever you can find us. DM us, drop us an email, or just reach out to us, and we will be more than happy to share more details with you about the same.
Ma'am, I'll make sure that I add the contact details in the description box so it is easier for others to contact you all.
Sure,
So,
I
ma'am, I guess that was a full information. I am not able to think that what else I can ask. So, like anything you would like to say and tell us more, and maybe a concluding advice related to anyone who wants to pursue expressive arts therapy. So, you are most welcome for that.
okay. So I think The best advice I got, best, I think, reminder I got was on orientation day that drama therapy is not for the faint hearted. And I grew to realize what it meant. A lot of people come in with this expectation that I'm going to save the world, I'm going to heal the world, I'm going to be God. But grounding yourself to the realization that maybe people don't want to be saved, maybe people don't want to be healed. What they just want is being held, being supported, and finding someone who can empathize and witness where their journey is at, wherever it's at. So when you're considering this as a profession and considering this as a conversation in your life, whatever be it, it can it can definitely support multiple areas, but be able to ground yourself to that realization that it's not going to be, where you come in and cure people like Jesus, or like a God who cures. You know, you will be grounding yourself to a very human connection, exploring that core of empathy within you, and you are expected to be brave enough to embrace your own narrative and your own story. Because if you are picky, then it reflects on the client. And since the client oriented process, it always comes back to supporting their need in that moment, in that hour, in that workshop, in that corporate space, whatever that kind of way you want to translate your work to eventually, it really comes back to supporting the person in that space. So I would really encourage people to keep exploring. It doesn't, if you ask as many questions as you have to, there are no right or wrong questions. Each question offers an opportunity to understand understand what it is you want better. Reach out to us because we are usually quite easy to access. Don't be shy, just message and see what happens from there. But yeah, keep your curiosity alive, your creative core alive, and I hope, because it is the pandemic that I'm speaking in, that everyone finds their ability to take care of themselves and support themselves through whatever their preferred way of mental health support may be. uh, what I love about the expressive arts therapy program at Xavier's, and I really encourage people to consider, is the fact that it is a very ethical and arts-based research-driven space. It's very praxis-oriented, which means theory-informed practice and practice-informed theory, and it really equips you to support different levels of needs. In fact, the World Alliance of Drama Therapy is also kind of recognized Xavier's now as one of the programs that offers drama therapy training at a diploma level, because there is no master's level training in the country right now. So if you're considering it, Xavier's is a great place to come to. The library is amazing. I cannot nerd out enough about it. It's been 3 years, but I still find something new to go in and read about. So yeah, a lot of things to consider. All the best in every endeavor of yours. And yeah, trust the process and be with yourself.
Thank you so much, ma'am. This was such a beautiful advice. And really, I have received personally a lot of information, and I'm sure everyone who is going to watch this video or who has been like watching this video in live, so they have got a lot of information. And I'm definitely going to search more about it and try that if I can also pursue this. So this was literally a motivation also to go out of the box and pursue something like that. So thank you so much, ma'am, and thank you for your time again, I would say.
Oh,
So, ma'am, with your permission, if we can end this session. Okay, sure. Thank
please.
you, ma'am. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone.